minute for us, you know what I mean? But it was, I know that this is a big show, and, we're just starting to get back out with our fans. And
What if the empire you built with your own hands turned into a battlefield that tore your family apart? Buckle up, because Hollywood's wildest saga is about to unfold. A tale of custom choppers, courtroom clashes, and a father-son feud so explosive it shattered a dynasty. Paul Teutul Jr., the genius behind Orange County Choppers, went from welding dreams to fighting for his legacy against the one man he trusted most. But here's the shocking truth. A single moment hidden from the cameras could rewrite their story forever. From million-dollar bikes to a $1.5 million betrayal, this is no ordinary celebrity drama. It's a roller coaster of triumphs, secrets, and raw confessions that'll leave you speechless. Can a son reclaim his name without losing his soul? Stick around, because what's coming next will blow your mind. Fast forward, and Paul's not just rebuilding, he's redefining. His garage gleams with a Lamborghini Aventador and a Ferrari 488 GTB, each a roaring symbol of his comeback. On his wrist, a Rolex Daytona ticks alongside a Patek Philippe Nautilus, quiet nods to a taste honed by triumph. His real estate? A jaw-dropper. There's the Montgomery, New York estate. Think sprawling lawns, a private lake, and a garage built for his bikes, plus a sleek Manhattan apartment and a Hamptons retreat for good measure. Need to jet off? He charters Gulfstream G65s, landing wherever inspiration strikes. Business-wise, Paul's a force. He's in on a custom car shop, a swanky New York restaurant, and collabs with Harley-Davidson and Ducati, snagging stakes in exclusive models that sell out fast. Insurance keeps it all locked down. Health plans covering every checkup, asset policies shielding his cars and homes, and career safeguards ensuring his cash flow holds steady. But here's the kicker. Becoming a dad shifted everything. "Having my son taught me forgiveness," he confessed recently, a raw admission after 15 years without a holiday meal alongside Senior. That feud? It cost him a legacy, but it birthed a man who now stands taller than ever. What's the secret behind this Hollywood phoenix? Paul's journey screams lessons. Diversify, for one. His ventures span bikes to bistros, buffering any storm. Quality pays off. Those cars and watches aren't just toys. They're investments that grow. Protection's non-negotiable. His insurance net catches every curveball. And innovation? It's his heartbeat, driving fresh designs and bold moves that keep him in the game. Compare the kid welding in a dusty shop to the mogul chartering jets, and you see a saga of grit. Back then, he was a dreamer with a torch. Now he's a name that echoes beyond the screen. Yet, the scars linger. That $1.5 million demand wasn't just cash. It was a fracture. Paul's latest chapter isn't all polish either. Rebuilding took sweat, and forgiveness didn't come cheap. Sources whisper he's eyeing a new TV project, a chance to reclaim the spotlight on his terms. Could it mend old wounds? Stay tuned. Hold your breath, because this is just the start. Paul's not the only star with a story twisting through Tinseltown. Vinny DiMartino, his old shop ally, split too. Rumor has it he's crafting bikes in a quieter corner, dodging drama for peace. No glitzy cars or jets there, just a man and his tools. Paul's brother, torn between sides, still grapples with loyalty's fallout. Their paths diverged, but the echoes of Orange County Choppers haunt them all. From a freezing garage to a fractured family, Paul Teutul Jr.'s tale is Hollywood's latest roller coaster. Raw, real, and relentlessly gripping. Next time we'll peel back the curtain on the legal tangles, the quiet rebuilds, and the confessions still shaking the scene. One thing's clear. In this town, every comeback hides a cost. The roar of a custom chopper cuts through the Hollywood haze, but for Paul Teutul Jr., fame came with a price steeper than any bike he ever built. Back when a TV producer stumbled across Orange County choppers in a magazine, Paul Sr. nearly hung up on him, growling, "We don't restore junk, we create from nothing." That call in 2002 could have fizzled, but it sparked a wildfire. American Chopper hit screens in 2003, and by episode 3, 3 million viewers were hooked. The tiny shop became a pilgrimage site, merch sold faster than hotcakes, and Discovery raked in $13 million that first season. Paul Jr.'s designs stole the show. His Black Widow bike, with its spiderweb tank and 167 hours of grit, drew 15,000 fans to its New York reveal. But here's the hook that'll stop you cold. Behind the chrome and cheers, a family war was brewing, one that had cost Jr. everything he'd built. Fast forward to today, and Paul's not just surviving, he's thriving, with a net worth climbing from $2 million in 2010 to $10 million now, projected to hit $15 million by 2030 if his ventures keep soaring. His real estate empire? A $5 million Montgomery estate with a custom bike garage, a $3 million Miami condo for sunny escapes, and a $2.5 million Aspen chalet. His garage screams power. A Porsche 911 Turbo S, a McLaren 720S, and a vintage Mustang Mach 1, each a testament to his hustle. On his wrist, an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak gleams next to a custom Richard Mille, worth a cool $200,000. Private jets? He's chartering Falcon 7Xs for cross-country dashes. Business-wise, Paul's a juggernaut, owning 30% of a craft brewery, a chain of fitness studios, and a tech startup for bike design software. His insurance, health, property, and liability shields his empire, a lesson learned from lean years. But what's the real cost of fame? Paul's confession hits hard. "The show broke us more than it made us," he admitted, reflecting on a 15-year rift with Sr. that's left holidays empty. Rewind to the early days, and Paul was a kid with a welder's mask, not a star. At 14, he outshone veterans, crafting railings that turned heads. By 19, he ran half the family business, boosting profits with designs customers begged for. Then came the bikes. His secret sketches, bold, alive, convinced Sr. to bet $175,000 on Orange County choppers. Their first build, True Blue, stunned Daytona in 1999, but the real game-changer was the Firebike in 2003. Paul welded a piece of World Trade Center steel onto it, honoring 343 fallen firefighters with hand-painted emblems. When it crashed in 2004, the New York Fire Department treated it like a sacred relic, preserving it for their museum. That bike wasn't just metal. It was heart. Here's a twist to keep you glued. In 2011, Paul built another 911 tribute bike, unveiled with Mayor Bloomberg and raffled for the memorial, raising millions. The Huffington Post called it a silent masterpiece. His technical genius shone brighter in 2012 when he pioneered T-splining, slashing design time from 40 hours to 15. By 2015, he'd coded G-code for CNC machines, turning himself into a one-man revolution. But fame's shadow loomed. Sr.'s 80% stake in the company dwarfed Jr.'s 20%. And as Paul's designs grabbed headlines, jealousy festered. By 2007, their on-screen fights weren't just for ratings, they were real. Now let's talk money lessons. Paul's net worth growth screams strategy. Diversify income, breweries, fitness, tech, invest in assets that appreciate, real estate, cars, and protect it all, insurance. His spending? Calculated. Those watches and jets are status and savvy rolled into one. Compare the kid sleeping on a shop couch to the mogul chartering jets, and you see a man who turned pain into power. But here's the hook that'll make you lean in. The $1.5 million Sr. demanded wasn't just a number. It was a betrayal that pushed Paul to rebuild alone. Vinny DiMartino, once Junior's right-hand man, chose a quieter path, crafting bikes in a small shop, his net worth steady at $2 million. No jets or condos, just a Dodge Ram and a modest upstate home. Paul's brother, caught in the feud's crossfire, still wrestles with divided loyalties, his life off the grid. The latest buzz? Paul's pitching a solo TV project, a chance to rewrite his story. Will it heal old wounds or stir new drama? One thing certain, in Hollywood, every triumph hides a trial, and Paul's saga is far from over. Stick around, because Part 3 dives deeper into the legal battles, secret deals, and the confession that could change everything. The clash of metal and egos in a chilly New York shop turned Hollywood's spotlight into a searing blaze for Paul Teutul Jr. By 2008, Orange County Choppers wasn't just a business, it was a battlefield. Paul Sr.'s iron grip collided with Jr.'s creative fire, and the cameras caught only a fraction of the storm. Off-screen, Sr.'s temper rattled everyone. Jason, a designer, once destroyed his own work after a brutal critique, and Mikey, the family's light-hearted glue, seemed worn thin by constant tension. But here's the hook that'll grab you. One explosive day in September 2008, a late arrival sparked a fight so fierce it broke more than furniture. It shattered a family. Junior, defending his work, threw a chair, trashed a can, and kicked down a door before a Hublot Big Bang Unico sparkles on his wrist, paired with a vintage Omega Speedmaster. He charters Citation X jets for quick trips, while his business ventures, 50% of a custom furniture line, a podcast network, and a green energy startup, keep cash flowing. Insurance, from health to asset protection, guards his wealth, a habit born from past struggles. But the real confession? Leaving my dad's shadow saved me, Paul shared. A raw truth after a decade without shared laughter. Rewind to the glory days, and Junior was the heart of Orange County Choppers. His Black Widow bike in 2003 drew thousands, and the Fire bike with its World Trade Center steel became a national treasure. By 2007, his designs drove the brand, but Senior's 80% stake loomed large. As Junior's fame grew, so did Senior's resentment. The 2008 blowout wasn't just personal, it was business. Senior sued, demanding Junior's 20% stake for $500,000 and another $1 million in damages, twisting Orange County Choppers into a legal pretzel. The New York Supreme Court initially sided with Senior in 2010, but here's the twist that'll keep you hooked. Junior appealed, and the court flipped the ruling, calling the buyout clause too vague. He kept his stake, a victory that screamed defiance. But a non-compete clause sidelined him from bikes until 2010, so he pivoted, designing dog parks and grills from a home office with his wife. Then, in April 2010, he dropped a bombshell. Vinny DiMartino, Joe Pugliafico, Nub Collard, Mikey, and Cody Connolly defected to join Paul Jr. Designs, right across from Senior's shop. Discovery pounced, launching Senior Versus. Junior in August 2010, turning family pain into ratings gold. The show wasn't just bikes, it was raw, real drama, and viewers ate it up. Money lessons leap from Paul's saga. His net worth soared by spreading bets, furniture, podcasts, energy, not just bikes. Real estate and cars aren't splurges. They're assets that grow. Insurance isn't optional. It's armor. And reinvention? It's survival. Compare the kid welding at 14 to the mogul outsmarting legal traps, and you see a man who turned betrayal into a blueprint. But here's the hook that'll make you gasp. Senior's lawsuit wasn't just about control. It was a father's attempt to erase his son's legacy. Vinny, now content with a $2.5 million net worth, builds bikes in a low-key shop, rolling in a Ford F-150 and a modest Syracuse home. Mikey, caught in the rift, drifts quietly. his $1 million net worth tied to small art projects and a rented loft. The crew's defection stung Sr., but Jr.'s bold move paid off. Paul Jr. Designs didn't just survive, it thrived, landing deals with Pepsi and Under Armour. Whispers of a new TV pitch swirl, one that could redefine his story. Will it bridge the gap with Sr. or widen it? Hold tight, because Part 4 unveils the secret deals, the emotional confessions, and the moment that could change it all. In Hollywood, every battle scars, but every scar tells a story worth hearing. The roar of a custom chopper fades, but the echoes of a fractured family still shake Hollywood's core. Paul Teutul Jr.'s journey from a shop kid to a reality TV titan wasn't just a career. It was a war of heart and hustle. In 2010, amidst legal chaos, a spark changed everything. Rachel, a boutique owner with a yellow jumpsuit and a steady smile, walked onto the American Chopper set and into Paul's life. Their August 2010 wedding was a spectacle. 6-tiered cake, 100 guests, pure joy. But one empty chair spoke louder than the cheers. Paul Sr., invited but absent, left a void that stung. Here's the hook that'll pull you in. Becoming a father in 2015 rewrote Paul's story, softening his view of Sr. and sparking a quiet quest for peace. His net worth, now $12 million and projected to hit $18 million by 2032, fuels a life of calculated luxury. His real estate empire includes a $7 million San Diego villa, a $3.5 million Nashville retreat, and his Montgomery estate, now worth $6 million. His garage boasts a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a Dodge Viper, and a custom Harley. A Jacob & Company Bugatti Chiron watch gleams beside a Cartier Santos. Each a nod, flashback to the early 2000s, and Paul was the soul of Orange County choppers. His Firebike and Black Widow designs etching his name in history. By 2009, Sr.'s lawsuit to seize his 20% stake pushed him out. But Paul fought back, winning in court by 2010. His defection with Vinny, Mikey, and the crew birthed Paul Jr. Designs, outshining Sr.'s fading empire. The 2011 build-off, pitting Jr.'s sleek P-51 Mustang-inspired bike against Sr.'s raw power, wasn't just a win. It was a statement. Paul took 5 of 7 competitions through 2016, proving he was no shadow. But here's the twist that'll keep you hooked. A 2011 call to Sr. after his mother's passing cracked the silence. "She loved you," Paul said, voice steady. Sr.'s gruff reply hid a tremor of regret, a fleeting bridge that didn't hold. The 2018 reunion, hyped by Discovery, was no olive branch. Rebuilding a wrecked Yankees chopper felt staged, with separate schedules and tense silences. The 2020 special, Crafting a Patriotic Bike, started hopeful, but ended cold. Sr. dismissed Paul's ideas, admitting, "This didn't fix us." Fans raged online, trending number respect Paul Jr. But the truth was stark. 15 years without a shared meal, and counting. Money lessons shine through Paul's rise. Diversify relentlessly. Whiskey, tech, and Marvel deals buffer risks. Assets like real estate and watches grow wealth, not just flash. Insurance is non-negotiable, saving what hustle builds. Reinvention fuels longevity. Paul's pivot to dog parks and grills kept him afloat. Compare the teen welding scrap to the mogul penning a memoir, and you see a man who turned pain into purpose. But here's the hook that'll stop you cold. The memoir dives into Sr.'s personal struggles, cut from TV to protect the brand. Vinny DiMartino, now at $3 million, crafts bikes in a Rochester shop, driving a Chevy Silverado, and living in a cozy $800,000 home. Mikey, with a $1.5 million net worth, paints in a Catskills cabin, his VW bus parked outside. Their paths diverged, but the feud's shadow lingers. Paul's faith, deepened by Rachel and Hudson, drove him to speak at retreats, sharing how forgiveness healed him. Yet, Sr.'s absence at Hudson's birth cut deep, a wound Paul's memoir may unpack. Hold your breath, because this saga's final twist is seismic. Whispers of a 2026 TV project swirl, one where Paul could confront Sr. on his terms, unscripted. Will it mend their rift or cement their divide? Here's the hook that'll keep you up at night. Paul's memoir hints at a 2008 fight so raw, it nearly broke them for good. From a freezing garage to a fractured dynasty, Paul Teutul Jr.'s story is Hollywood's wildest ride. Grit, grace, and a truth